There are a few reasons why you're going to need to change your strings. One, of course, is if you break one. But strings will become dull sounding and harder to tune the longer you play on them. I'm going to change my G string here. One important note is don't remove all your strings at once, because that releases too much tension and it's not good for the neck. So I'm just going to take one string off at a time. On the G string, some people will cut the strings off to get them off quickly. I recommend that you just take them off by loosening the tuner and pull them off and save them, because you might need them if you break a string. So here we go. Quickly just take the G string off, take it out of the saddle here. Now make sure you're putting the right string on, because that could really ruin your day. You always look for the right number and name. Here's a replacement G string. Okay, the first thing is you want to seat it, which is putting the ball end into the bridge and get a good fix there. Now down here we're going to make sure that we have enough windings. So I'm going to give myself a couple inches after the post here and clip it. Now this is probably the only tool you'll need when you change strings, which is some form of wire cutter. In this case I'll use a needle nose plier with a wire cutting attachment there. Now I'm ready to wind the string on. So with most basses they'll have the split top tuning peg, which is really a dream to use. All you need to do is take the tip of the string, put it down the center of the post, it'll go into a hole and then it'll stop, and that's when it's ready to go. You always want to wind your strings so the strings go from toward the middle of the headstock and out, so the strings wind out like that. That's what we're going to do. So once the string is in the middle here, you bend it down, pull it tight, and then just start winding. As you wind, keep pressure on the string so it winds tight and nice, and the windings move toward the headstock and not towards the tip of the post. This will give you better downward pressure and better tone and tuning stability. So we can just turn it quickly here. You'll start to tighten up. Just make sure you're on the saddle and that you're in the nut. And once you start feeling like it's pretty good tension, you just need to tune it and you're ready to go. Now remember, when you change strings, they're going to have an adjustment period where you're going to need to stretch them, maybe by grabbing them and snapping them against the fingerboard, retune. Do this until you find that they're staying in tune consistently. Once you get it in tune, you're going to want to keep it clean so the strings will be bright and have a longer life. You can use actual string cleaners you can buy at the store, or you might just want to try some rubbing alcohol and a clean cloth. If you do tune up and you followed everything as I've said, and the bass still doesn't seem to play right, still seems to be out of tune, you're going to want to take it to a store where you bought it and have someone look at it, because the repairman will need to check some other adjustments. Now that we've covered tuning up, let's play.